Hell no, man. Them bungee cords are cheap out there.
What you been rocking with a little Harbor Freight, huh?
Yeah, them bungee cords, man. They're cheap out there.
Hey, I'm going to tell you what, the Harbor Freight, you get what you pay for out there. But at the end of the day, those bungee cords that you can, you can make it happen if you need to make it happen, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, I do. If you're just going to throw them away after a use. But they don't know what we're talking about, but that's fine. You know what? Let's just welcome them in, though. Hey, everybody, welcome to Straight to the Point, completely off topic with your host, Kyle Dunbar. Today, I have my brother from another mother, the owner of the greatest wrestling collection. I'm super excited to have you in the house, Steve. How you doing, brother?
What up, though? What up, though, folks? What is going down with the underground sound out there? It's the GWC, and we are changing lanes through the intersection. If you didn't know, then now you know. We're turned up. Let's go. Whoa. Good loaded.
Okay. Are you ever, when do you calm down? I've been hanging out with you for a while.
So some people got an on and off switch, and some people got a volume knob, right? So my on and off switch is broke the fuck off, and the volume knob is obsolete. So let's just go. You know what I'm talking about, baby.
Hey, how is that tuna?
All right. So I'm gonna first and foremost, God bless you out there, folks. It's a one love situation station. We were kicking it, maybe a couple of nights ago. Kyle, Miss Dunbar Candy herself, and Miss GWC Danielle. And we did a little. What was that? Ichiban?
Yeah, we won't name names, but it was a place. I think sometimes you go to a joint and you get the idea they might be on their last leg. Like we remember when they opened up and we were excited to take our friends there. We haven't been there in a while. And all the sushi tasted like it was buffet sushi. And then he pulled out some tuna. And, I was just sitting there quietly. Candy was pointing out. She's like, that tuna looks like shit, Kyle. I was just sitting there quietly. You caught wind of it, though. God bless you, man. You ain't letting it go, are you? Hey, man, how's that tuna?
The sushi, the tuna itself looked, folks out there in listening land, I'm just gonna paint this picture for you. The tuna was the color of a dolphin. It was nice and gray, and it was a little not casual. We'll just put it that way. You know what I'm saying? It was the opposite of casual out there. It was gray like a liver, but you know what? We had a good time. I
ate a piece of it. Dude, I had diarrhea last night. I swear it had to be. I woke up in the middle of the night and I'm like, oh my God, I had to barely make it to the bathroom. It was that one, because I only ate 2 pieces of that tuna. One piece snuck in because it was I thought it was a mushroom. I got the creepers. I got the drizzle splits. I was running to the bathroom, barely contained myself.
Get that Pepto-Bismol going. I like to call it the knockoff Pepto-Bismol out there is the Walgreens is called Pink Bismarck. I call it that, and Danielle, the wife thinks it's so fucking bizarre. Hey, it's great to finally be rocking with you. I've been waiting to have a time to sit down at the GWC museum over here and kick back.
Are you at the GWC?
I just got to the museum as we speak. I am sitting in the VIP lounge, folks. So.
I'm super excited about. Man, I keep getting Candy's already telling me. She's like, calm down. I am. If you can't tell, because Candy's even telling me to calm down. I'm super excited, and I just can't. I'm like the Pointer Sisters, man. I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control, and I think I like yes. I'm so tickled, Steve. You're my brother from another mother, man. This is, I want, before we talk, maybe we should talk about what the GWC is, but then we're going to talk about how you are fucking Kevin Costner. Like you are a movie waiting to happen. There's already a documentary. Am I wrong?
Folks, there's a couple things that are documented about the GWC out there, but it's maybe we could just call it, there's a field of dreams going down.
You built this wrestling monument. How does this even start? So you started collecting when you were a kid. When do you start collecting? I
started collecting, we'll call it umpteen years ago out there, folks. We're talking heavy decades ago. Take it back 30 years ago, Kyle. It was kind of wild, but it's not many people are out there keeping the wrestling shit in packages, or not even wrestling stuff for that matter. When you're a kid, you can remember that when you're ripping up the GI Joes or Thundercat, whatever you're getting into, Star Wars or whatever's your floating your boat, But I'd always want to, for that reason, I'd keep one, and it was I'd always wanted on display. It was kind of strange at a younger age, and it just got a little wild with it, though, brother. Obviously, a little more wild than some might fathom out there, but it's a little crazy.
So I've been there, and let me for the people who don't. I mean, obviously, no one knows, right? Unless you're Googling the GWC, you don't know. Listen, Steve has a private collection that is better than any wrestling museum that you could imagine. And when you walk in, you are. Oh my. See, I got to turn it down a little bit. Candy says I'm already bringing the volume up too high. You are greeted with like Macho Man glasses, ring worn.
Yeah, man.
Nature Boy Ric Flair's purple wizard sleeve, 41 pounds of sequins and feathered boa, ring gown robe. Nature Boy Ric Flair. I can't even explain. The WrestleMania is on. It looks like it's on a VHS.
Here we go, folks. I'm all about nostalgia out there. I'm all about old school out there. There's plenty of VCRs over here at the museum. The museum is about 2,200 square foot, 140,000 items of off the wall Motor City madness going down. And it's all VHS, brother. It's all movies. I like when you got to press the tracking out there. It's you know what I'm
noticed
about?
The tracking lines when we were watching the when we were watching WrestleMania, we came in. There's a little tracking line. I was like, oh my gosh, I know this is what that is.
You just it gets you to that certain feeling out there, folks. But that's, you know what, that's what I'm all about out there with the passion of collecting and the passion of wrestling, passion of sharing it with everybody out there worldwide, because you know it's something out there that's kind of undescribable. You know what I mean? When I sit back and think about it, brother, it's you know, it's been 30 years out there, and it's not just every figure that come out or every piece of memorabilia, because that's how I roll out there. But it's ring worn items from every era, every genre. I mean, it doesn't. Any item, you know, you can spin around. You can spin around a 360, and they'll take you to a certain period of time. You know what I mean by that?
Let's be honest, bro. You can't in that house. It is the whole house. You cannot spin around in that house because you will knock over some $1,000 figurine or a pair of Jimmy Hart's glasses or a megaphone that beat somebody in the head. Dude, I wore Ric Flair's 41 pounds of purple sequins and feathered boa, Nature Boy Ric Flair emblazoned on the back, styling and profiling, and I tried to strut immediately. Right, you put it on. You're like, try to strut. I started knocking things over.
You were like a glorious peacock out there. You were strutting out there, like Brutus the Barber Beefcake likes to say out there. You were strutting and cutting, my baby, and you're definitely keeping it official like a referee to whistle. You just started. Man, you got into heavy strut, and it looked like it was just right. You know what I mean by that?
Just the greatest night of my life,
brother. I'm happy to share that with you, or be able to let you. I won't say let you experience. I'll say experience it with you, because
dude. Yeah, it doesn't happen without you. Now, this has been a museum, but however, real people, like big people, bend to like they're your friends now, right? Like you're friends with wrestlers that you idolized as a child.
And that's
because of this.
That's another thing, Kyle, that it's everything comes full circle out there. And that's how wild it is out there. You know, I'm growing up, I'm watching Cactus Jack, you know, Mick Foley. Shout out to Mick Foley out there, Uncle Mick, my brother Mick. You know what I mean?
He calls Mankind. You now. He calls you.
Brother? He calls me quite a bit. He calls my kids. He calls my kids. Listen to this. Mick is a great guy, just a genuine guy. You know what I mean? And you can tell that just by folks out there. If you didn't know who I'm talking about the one and only hardcore legend himself, Mick Foley, aka Mankind, aka Dude Love, aka
Cactus Jack.
So yeah, he'll hit up my kids on birthdays or Christmas this year. He sent my kids, it was like a 7-10 minute video that he did. He did all his 3 characters, and he's singing them songs that are custom to them, and it's beautiful, brother. You know what I mean? I would have thought 20 some years ago I'd have Nick hit me up and you know, rocking Jingle Bells, but his own way for my kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Now, since I've been at the museum too, I've been able to experience a little bit of why you like it so much. Like, so people come by and they might be wearing a wrestling shirt. And so I pull out my phone immediately. I'm like, brah, look at me here. And there's a picture of me, on my iPhone, spinning around with the Nature Boy, trying to spin around in your room without knocking things off. Nature Boy Ric Flair gown on. I got the WWF World Champion belt that Hogan and Andre fought over. My friend's in Macho Man's gear. He's got the Intercontinental, and we're all just going through their flying planes and looking at the greatest wrestling collection in the world.
You know what? That's what it's about. I mean, I kept this up. All right, folks, this obviously wasn't overnight. This is 3 decades of strong, out here. I'm grinding. I'm hunting. I'm going state to state. I'm hunting, just all kind of just wildness. Then you build the connections with the people out there. And then you friend with the talent out there, the past legends and present legends, or people in and out of the ring. And you start building relationships with them. And then next thing you know, it starts snowballing into something that's wild, but it's like a treasure hunt for me. And it's been that way for years, and you know what I come to realize about myself a little while ago in life. And this is outside of just wrestling. Okay. It's, I own a few businesses out there, and I'm a motorhead. I'm big into cars and custom cars, and built low riders for a long time, and hot rods, and had, big into the cars. Okay. And I love the before and afters. Okay. You take that beat up 1969 Chevelle, or you're taking that 71 Impala, the Donk, you're taking that 63 olds. I mean, I collect cars still. I still have, about 20. I have a lot of old schools in my portfolio, but custom cars, you bring them back. It's some preserving something or making something out of nothing.
It's very similar than your passion for wrestling, I guess.
Right there we go. Then I tie it into the wrestling, and I looked at this. I'm flying a plane in the fast lane, and if you didn't know, I'm flying a plane right now, folks. Heavy cannabis industry out there. It's Motor City Madness over here.
So what we flying right now? You're indica kind of guy.
I'm flying my own personal strain. It's GWC 22. It's out there, a couple VIP situation stations, but it's an OG ruts, very fuely. I'm heavy on the indica. I maybe it's about 25 to 35 J's, which are planes a day. I smoke joints about a 3/4 to an ounce a day. Keeps the doctor away. Keeps the doctor at bay, I should say. You feel me?
How do you still keep it this high? So what are you like when you're not high? Because you turn up. I hang out with you.
Bro.
You are turned up.
So here's the deal, man. Here's the deal, my brother. I'm kind of irritable when I first wake. I only need a couple hours of sleep at night. I might need about
you told me
4
that.
hours.
You said 3 or 4.
4 hours. I'm
3
good, folks. Hey, listen, all you butterball biscuits out there. Listen to all you butterball biscuits in the listening world out there. All right.
Yeah. Sleeping your lives away.
No, I love all of you out there, but I'm going to keep it official real quick with you. You can't do it, man. And that's just me speaking from my perspective on it. But people, you sleep 8 hours a day. That's a third of your day. You cut that. If the body's trained to do it, right? If you're trained, if you're used to sleeping 8 to 9 hours or 7 hours, of course your body's going to be programmed to need it.
You saying you programmed your body to only need 3 to 4 hours of sleep?
I programmed it, dog. Hey, look, first things first. I broke the fucking volume knob off. Click. That knob went right off. Then I programmed 3 to 4 hours of sleep. Okay, there we go. He's all right, but it's pretty wild, bro. I do a lot of my lives on the GWC, the Greatest Wrestling Collection, the GWC page on Facebook, and I don't do a whole lot of I do some on my Instagram, my YouTube pages, but most is on the Facebook. And it's wild because I'll jump on, I'll do a live at the museum, and I'll have, 70 people, 150 people, 200 people will jump on, whatever. Sometimes I'll be inside the VIP lounge, right? I'll be sitting in here and I'm opening $50,000-$60,000 of ring worn merch that I just scored out there. Something wild. Maybe I'll only have 20 or 30 people there rocking live with me. And I love every bit. Doesn't matter who's there. We're in the moment together. Maybe I'll be at a Target or a Walmart, or let me rephrase this. Maybe I'll be at a big store location or a big franchise out there hunting, and it'll just be so random. I'll be looking at random figs on an aisle, and I'll have 200 people with me. It doesn't even make sense. You get what I mean by that? But I don't care.
It doesn't.
who's
No,
there
I
with
follow
me.
it.
Yeah, man. It's a beautiful thing, though. It's a beautiful thing. It's Godfather. Shout out to my brother, the Godfather, Bear, Papa Shango. I talk to him every day. You know, I just talked to him about 45 minutes ago. He's out there in Vegas, and we got some beautiful things popping off together. We're doing, and
Wait, the Godfather was also Papa Shango?
yeah, brother. Oh, don't do this to
I
me, Kyle.
didn't know
I know
that.
you don't
Hey,
wrestle. Don't.
I
Is
don't.
this happening? I'm
I
loving this,
don't,
actually.
dude. Like I'm around for the history. I had to watch it through other people because we didn't have a TV growing up, so I had to
Oh,
watch
good
it
Lordy,
through other
you got I'm
people's
pacing
stuff.
over here. Hey, I'm in the I had to sit
And then
back down.
eventually we got TV,
Bro.
but I couldn't watch no pay-per-views. I never seen a pay-per-view. I don't think I ever watched WrestleMania until I came into your house.
Man, I love what I'm hearing. I like it. So yes, he's Papa Shango, bro. So that's when the Ultimate Warrior ring worn gear that we got in the kitchen of the GWC museum over here. I know the tassels. We don't need to get the tassels, but shout out to the tassels. If you know them, then you know what I'm talking about out there.
You know about them tassels. We know about them.
Shout out to Stretch Armstrong, aka Tassel Life. You know, but we'll leave it at that. But I'm just painting a picture for you. It's a big display. I'm flexing like you guys could see me out there, but it's a Warrior display, and it's got his ring worn on it. So here's the deal. If you remember back in 1991, 92 area, Papa Shango has a beef with Ultimate Warrior, and he puts a spell on him, and that black ooze shit comes dripping out of his face. All right. So this is how wild this is, Kyle. You're gonna love this shit.
Yeah.
So loving this shit growing up, watching Papa Shango put spells and curses on people in the WWF. It's getting me pumped up just thinking about this shit. I was Papa Shango for Halloween 2 different times growing up, bro. This is how full circle this shit goes. My mom is painting the stitches
now
over
you're
my
just
lips.
getting off the phone with him.
Yeah, and and now we're business partners in multiple things out there, and we're brothers. But when he comes over to the
Papa Shango wasn't really you were twice him for Halloween, but he wasn't a huge character. Now you would more likely you would be Ultimate Warrior.
Correct.
What was
I was
attracted
just
you about that character?
I was down with the heels. I mean, I was down with baby faces too back in the day. I just loved Shango. Something about him was just straight gangster, and it's amazing, brother. So he gets over here in the museum and he starts putting his voodoo spells on the Ultimate Warrior display in the kitchen, bro. Hey,
dude, he can't. You own it now. Can't be putting that bad voodoo, voodoo.
I'm gonna tell you what.
Where you should be cooking your voodoo.
Yeah. Exactly.
Everything in that house is wrestling. There's not an inch of your house that does not have some wrestling memorabilia. And now, what am I understanding? That you buy even the new stuff? You're not looking for just old stuff. You're going out right now, and you're buying the WWEs, the AWEs.
AEWs, WWE, anything that's out there, I'm trying to cop at least 2 or 3 of out there. Okay, folks. So don't get it twisted. I love it all, big or small, ball till you fall. I'm trying to, hey, look, this is it. People ask me all the time, they're like, did you only collect one federate, one territory, or one time? Right. You only like golden era. It's like, look at motherfuckers. I got stuff here from 1938. I got the first African-American, actually went by the Panther. Isn't this wild to think, bro? Black Panther prior to Black Panther, which is the comics. We're talking the 50s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's wild. First African-American wrestler ever. And I have his pair of boots. You know what I'm saying? This is pre-1940 era over here. All the way till I got ring worn that I just got from WrestleMania that I was at last week. So 2022. So we're going 1938 to 2022. We got going down over here. You know what I'm saying? It's a pretty decent little stretch, if you will.
Now, we all love wrestling. Everybody loves wrestling. Like Snoop Doggy Dogg probably loves wrestling.
He loves wrestling.
I know that, and I know that you know. Be Real from Cypress Hill.
Shout out.
He loves wrestling.
He loves wrestling. Shout out to Dr. Green Thumb out there. What up, though?
That's your boy. You met him through the GWC. Am I wrong? How'd you meet?
Hey, through Bear,
Be Real.
through Papa Shango, through Godfather. You know, they keep it official. They rock. Bear holds it down through Vegas.
Okay.
To Cali. You know, And all this stems and it all circles back to the GWC out there, you know. And that's
he is
how,
the Godfather.
Oh, most definitely, most definitely. I mean, he used to own the titty bars back in Vegas, Cheetahs, and a couple other ones that we'll just say he owns some establishments out there. Hey, I was looking down at the Rolly, right, to see what time we are. You know what's sitting right next to the Rolly? I
Your
got
championship belt.
Dunbar Army band on the wrist. Hashtag
Awesome.
Geekmaster, baby. It's going down.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate your support.
Oh, you know I rock this Butterball Biscuit daily. It's black and red, and the other side's black and yellow. It's my colors, brother.
Right? Along with the Bam Bam Bigelow shirt. I guess you need a little blue in there.
Hey, bro, I need, you know what? Speaking of Bam Bam Bigelow, put your head forward in virtual land right now. I'm rubbing the top of your head like a Buddha, right? Put your head forward. Even though I'm in Detroit, you're up where you're at. I'm rubbing your head, and you can say, he just got a fresh haircut out there, folks. We call it in the hood. I used to do that too. We call it the murder one out there. That's when you do the full on shave. Yeah. There's nothing wrong. I'm not saying, I'm not saying anything out there, but I think you're looking fresh. And I think you need to put some Bam Bam Bigelow flames on that Butterball Biscuit. Get you straightened out. We are
definitely thinking about tattooing my head. That is a serious consideration. This guy, Roman Abrasio, just did a head tattoo over in Cali.
Okay.
It was pretty fucking amazing. And I don't know if we're going to contact him or stay with the original artist that did my neck.
Sure.
Somebody obviously cheaper, but I think he could do it. I just don't. We just don't know. But we got to get it done. I mean, with this much skin on my head, I got to go through that pain pretty soon. I'm just scared. I've seen head tattoos from a distance. They can make you look, like you got a cabbage head or something.
From a distance. We're dropping them tonight. Folks. If you didn't know that, now you know. Yeah, I hear you on that with the cabbage patch, bro. I think that you look pretty gangster with some flames on there, though.
Right. I don't know. I'm not going there just yet. It might inspire me to have to run into a building after people. Bam Bam Bigelow. Flames on his head. You just explained to me that he ran into a building to save children.
See, that was on fire. See, that isn't that wild how that ties in? A wrestler with flames tattooed on his head and his body who wore a full body suit with flames on it. Right?
Yeah. Right. Not a firefighter though.
No,
he wasn't working volunteer enough, right?
Okay. He's a biker. He's like ourselves out there. Myself, he rode hog, man. He's a big fella. He's East Coast, Yeah. Asbury Park, don't come out after dark type situation station. And you know what though? There's a burning house fire with kids in there, and I'll be damned if he didn't run in there and save the children. He got burned up himself. It's just so wild how that tied into his gimmick, and it was not even.
And it was something he had already had the flames.
This was already deep into his career. He wrestled everything, though. If we want to talk wrestling and Bam Bam Bigelow for a brief second, the guy he rocked Japan, WCW, WWF, ECW. I mean, it's, we're talking underrated in my eyes in WWF. You feel me?
Is that why he wears his jacket like he did?
Jacket,
or is that just because it's dope?
Hey, do you remember when he had a beef with Lawrence Taylor back in the day? Good Lord. Lawrence Taylor came in off he fought him at WrestleMania. Lawrence Taylor's off 1,000 nose beers. He's turned up. He's off 1,000 nose brewskis, and that was a great match. I love that shit. Yeah.
1,000 nose brewskis. Lawrence Taylor ended up winning.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah, they put him over, man.
You got to put him over. You bring somebody on like that, you're gonna have to give.
We say it in the industry. Give him the rub, if you will. Put him over.
I love the lingo.
Yeah.
On the Ink Master show, there was this guy who was a wrestler, and he was curtain jerking jabroni. And I had to call up my friend Dr. Blasphemy to ask him what to call him, because I was like, dude, I know there's some lingo. Brother Carl. The reason I know you. Would you met Carl at the Flint show?
I met
the Flint
Carl,
Tattoo Convention.
I met Carl at the Flint Tattoo. Yeah, that's wild. Hey, as Macho Man Randy Savage says it the best, folks. Yeah. When the stars align, baby. But that's it, though. That's really official. The stars. That's how the world works out there. stars align. They line people up in life how it's supposed to happen, whether or not this GWC fucking thing is a wrestling. I think about this shit. This is a fucking wild child wrestling collection that brought so many things together and different avenues in on it, and just from what it's branched out to be, if you will. You know what I'm saying by that?
Yeah, it's going places now. Even I mentioned where you were talking at one point that it's so big now, you almost have to find a way to share it with the public. Well, which is a dangerous proposition, though, because that ring-worn gown was $90,000. Yeah, what's your most expensive piece?
I mean, you just kind of touched on it. You touched on it.
It's so awesome, dude. That fucking world is so awesome.
We get into something with six figures and shit. It's but here's the deal. When Guinness Book, shout out to Guinness Book of World Records. They had a couple English lads over here. Father, from over what they like to say, from over the pond. Shout out to my brothers from over the pond. What up, though? Over here in the nitty gritty Motor City. But they did a tally up when they tallied up for the count for the record for the biggest wrestling memorabilia collection worldwide. We knew it's been that way for a decade plus, but they keep up. You got to keep updating it because you see how it is, brother. The pieces come in. I mean, I just came back from Mania. I copped maybe I had to send multiple suitcases. I had to fly home, big carry-ons, fly home full of memorabilia and other stuff that I got. I mean, I might have copped maybe 500 pieces over the time when I was just out of town. You know what I'm saying? 400 pieces. It gets wild, bro. It gets out of control, but when you're out there, I was at the Hall of Fame and WrestleMania and WrestleCon, and that's everybody's there. So that's you got
all your favorites.
You got to capitalize. And it humbled myself to see all the love for the GWC. Shout out to all of you out there. I took pictures with 1,000+ people there, and it's humbling.
People know you now as the person who collects the most wrestling. You're as much now, or beginning to be as much an icon as many of the wrestlers. Wrong.
Well, I mean,
I'm not wrong. You don't have to answer. You don't have to pat yourself on the back.
Hey, bro, I try to stay humble with it, bro. It's
people stop you to take pictures.
Oh, that's
like, hey, dude, you're the guy from the
about a year ago, bro. Or a little more. Because you got to think, I did the show with WWE. It's a year and a half now. Shout out to A&E channel. Shout out to WWE Most Wanted Treasures. That's I rocked the show with them, and I did the first episode when Mick Foley came through here, and I gave basically the premises of the show out there, folks, is like to give you a breakdown of it. AJ Francis from the NFL. Shout out to my brother. One love out there. He's going with old school legends or wrestlers, and they're going to look for wrestling memorabilia to bring back to their collection for a display that they're setting up. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds scary. You're a collector. Sounds like they want your stuff.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, to somebody like, this is how it goes, bro. I got reached out. I didn't come out in the public with the collection for a long time. Okay. This is obviously, I've been doing this a long time. I only came out in the public within the last couple of years with the GWC, just because lots of things, you don't want to put it all. Okay. I didn't want to, that goes without saying. I'm not trying to put all my shit out there, but it came to the point where it's out there now. Obviously we're rocking and rolling.
Well, you had to find ways to insure these things. And these are things that you maybe don't want to have to, right? There's all kinds of things that come out.
Oh, it's you got double insurance, you got multiple alarms, guard dogs, and backup systems, and all kinds of wild stuff over here. And you still want to feel
trap doors. That trap door was crazy, man.
It has to be that way, bro. It's unfortunate. I won't say it's, but the good thing about it, like I said, the good thing over here is I own the house on either side of here. I own the house across the street, kitty corner. I own half the block over here. So with that being said, it's
right. Yeah. No.
Folks don't even, we definitely keep it official over here. It's
but that was part of when you're talking about going public, that's a large part of the worry, the concern. What time do you go public? What year?
This year. I can't put it all out there what's going down, folks, but
so A&E came out. No. I mean, when was the first time that A&E came out?
Oh, I thought you were talking about go public with the actual commercial building. I was gonna say that's going down this year. They came out about a year and a half ago. They reached out to me. They had some people from WWE reach out to me. We talked some things about the collecting, and we talked about the show.
They wanted some of your gear.
Correct.
You told them yes. You told them no.
I told them let's talk.
Come on out and take a look. What'd they get?
To a point. Yeah. Actually,
you were like, not that, not that, not that, not that, not that.
Oh, yeah, bro. We look at, man. I got me and Mick Foley. Like I said, that's already my guy. Regardless, Mankind.
Is that the first time that you had met him?
No, hell no. I've known Mick and met Mick. I've known him for 20 plus years. Great guy. So I built relationships with people off the show.
By how? Buying their stuff? You're like, hey man, your sweaty drawers. How about you sell them to me?
No, it's like this, brother. You see something like a robe or something, like Flair's purple robe or something like that. It's he rocked that in WCW, WWF. He wore it in Rumble. He wore it in multiple different events. You can look at it and they'll take you to that pay-per-view, take you to that event, take you to that time. It's encapsulated. Bam. You put it on, you already feel the energy. You know what I'm talking about. But it is something that the wrestlers, and I'm going to be honest with you folks out there, a lot of the talent and legends of past, they didn't know it was going to be like this, where people are spending five bands, 10 grand, 20 grand, 92,000 on a robe, 47,000 on a macho robe. What did I do? 62 on another macho coat. I mean, you can spend some numbers out there. They would never think that or fathom that. Right. And it's when wrestling was passing Star Wars and price wise for memorabilia, and I mean memorabilia, it's all of wrestling memorabilia. I'm talking about the whole genre of wrestling. You know what I mean by that? The Star Wars, was always number one with it. You know what I'm saying? When that
more
started
than just action figures, you mean? It was always licensed products from Lucas, blah blah blah. When wrestling beat that, that's when what?
It just started opening. I mean, my eyes were already open to it. I already knew what time of day it was. I just like how you can watch the everything prices flip flop. There's a figure that was, and it's more than just inflation, brother. You can get a Hasbro figure from the green card series, and it's going for $1,600. 1, 2, 3 kids, $1,600 on card right now. And a couple of years ago, you're grabbing that for $300 or a couple hundred. You know what I mean? And it's just wild how I've watched it. It's just wild, man. You watched it grow, and where it's at now is all I'm going to say. It's something unbelievable.
So even as you find purpose in buying this, because one, every single time you buy, even the new stuff, it has, as a track record, increased in value. Even though they're producing it in large quantities at some point, but even if you don't, it adds to the attraction itself, because now you don't have a chance of becoming beat as being the world's largest wrestling collection if you keep buying more, right?
Right, and that's 100%. And they know what they're doing when they're putting out these items. They'll make a figure and they'll make a variant. The variant figure is going to have the same figure is going to have a different ring gear on, and they only make a certain number of those. And that's going to be the chase of the series, if you will. And that's going to be more money or harder to get. Right. Or they got, this is all, they've been doing this for years. And then they got, I won't say which store, but big name store brands, each individual release where it's only coming out at the Big W store. It's only coming out at, this is a Big T store release. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like
What's
that.
A Big T? What's the Big W? What's Big T and W? So?
Walmart and Target. I don't know. I'm not trying to throw names out there. I don't know how we do it. You know what I'm saying?
I follow it.
I rock with a lot of different
I'll
podcasts.
hit up anybody for a sponsor. I'll send them that. Hey, we mentioned you.
You know what I'm saying, though. Yeah, I'm just trying to keep it official for you out there, my brother.
Like a referee and a whistle.
like a referee to whistle. You know, I trademarked that quote out there. So any of you
Oh shit!
Butterball
I owe
biscuits,
you a quarter, don't I?
no, you're good because you're family. And anyone that uses
Hey,
it, God bless you. Just make sure you give the GWC Motor City Madman a holler because we keep it official, like a referee with a whistle, folks. It's trademark.
GWC. Come and buy some merch of everything, dude. I got a picture of you on my refrigerator now.
Hey,
in your macho gear, I got that magnet on there.
Yes. And pro wrestling tees. If you need to get some gear, that's how we rock it out there. ProWrestlingTees.com. Got some GWC merch, and yeah, it's a beautiful thing though. It's wild. I see my own merch on sites with you know, Randy Savage, Bret Hart, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Undertaker, Ric Flair, GWC. You know, I gotta spark it up another plane in the fast lane, if you will. It's flight time, folks. But they rocked with me. Mick came out. They said they were going to be looking for the Sacco, Mr. Sacco. You know, I said I could work with you on that. Mr. Sacco, if you didn't know, it's a sock he would pull out of his drawers back in the day, and he'd choke you out with it in the ring, folks.
He'd put it right in your mouth.
Hey, to be honest with you, it was wild. He'd make it talk. Have a nice day. And Mr. Sacco had his own persona. You know, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But they were looking for an original Rick Posner one, which is the original artist that used to just scribble these up. And WWE didn't have one. And you know, that's
how do you get something like that authenticated?
Hey, that's exactly it.
Sign it?
Oh, it was already signed, but here's the deal, man. They authenticated. They brought Mick by the GWC Museum for authentication station, baby. It doesn't get more able to authenticate than that. They brought the man there to iron, and it was.
How many socks did he have throughout his time using Sacco?
You know, multiple different socks. You know, but there was only certain rare numbers of these ones. You know, a low number for the amount that he did have, and they didn't have one on deck, which showed something. So, you know,
I'm smiling my ass off because you have DNA over there from all these different wrestlers from being in their mouth. You could make like a super wrestler if you had the right genetic mad scientist, right?
Yes.
We could create a super wrestler. It would be all wrestlers.
All wrestlers. K Smooth over there, brother. Hey, I'm gonna tell you something, Big K Dog. I'm gonna tell you this right now. It's it was really humbling to have him over here. And when they talked money with me, I let them know that I didn't want any money. I felt honored to have them have that in their museum, and all I wanted was my kids to be able to come through and kick it with Mick, and they were blown away by that. But that's all I wanted, man. I wanted my kids to come through over here.
And what Mick think of that?
15 minutes from the museum, folks, and I wanted Mick to hang with them. And if you want to talk about memories being made, brother, Foley's hanging with the kids in the living room. They're eating pizza. They're watching favorite matches. He's giving them play-by-play for Hell in a Cell versus Undertaker. Here's where my tooth goes through my nose, son. Hey, he's talking.
Oh my God,
it's beautiful, bro. He's telling him how he's breathing under the dirt when Undertaker's buried him alive. And so Mick's missing an ear out there. Okay, he lost his ear in Munich, Germany versus Big Van Vader in the 90s. Okay, ear's off. He's got a hole right there. So he's telling the kid. Tells my daughter Amelia, "Hey, Amelia,
how does he lose his ear? Can you tell me that?
I can tell you this quick, and that doesn't even have to be quick. I'll tell you the story, brother. Here's the deal. Foley used to do a move where he'd get tied up in the ropes, and he'd pay homage to the Funk family, Terry Funk. Terry Funk used to get his arm and his leg tied in the rope where it'd be twisted up, and he'd get caught in it.
Beat the fuck up.
Right. So Mick put his own twist on it back in the day as he was Cactus Jack, and he used to he'd get his neck tangled in the rope, not his arm or his leg. He'd have it to where his whole neck, the rope would be tied around, the middle two ropes would be twisted around his neck. It looked like it's crazy. Yeah. But this one night in Germany, this is how it goes, man. This is a crazy story. One night in Germany, he's stuck in the ropes, bro. And he said it is the only time it's ever happened. Hey, bro, I'm getting so into it right now. I'm holding ropes around my neck like they're there. What the fuck? I'm over here sweating and shit. Holy shit. My fucking arm hair is standing up. I'm taking the shirt off, dude. All right, hold on. I just popped the top. I'm feeling better. I'm shirtless right now. Listen, dude. Mick is stuck between the ropes, and he's freaking out. He's fearing for his life because he actually can't breathe. The only time it's ever happened. And
right.
He's flailing his body, trying to get out. He finally manages to squeeze. You guys know out there, these ropes they're cable wrapped with this tape. It was so tight. He said he barely got his head and his neck through as he was about to pass out. And it ripped the side of his ear off, and his ear's dangling off. And Big Van Vader did not even notice that. And just begins to pummel him with his bam, bam, the big forearm shots. Boom,
Yeah.
ear is off.
Ear's gone.
Chuck the deuce. See you later. Have a nice day. We're not talking Tyson Holyfield. We're talking the whole ear is off out there. And
we're talking Vincent Van Gogh.
We're talking Van Gogh. I thought
Mail it to your girlfriend. Here we go.
Here we go. So anyways, then they try to save it, didn't they? He's got a hole now, and there's no ear there except the hole. So fast forward, that's the Wild Child West of 7 Mile story. Now fast forward, we're back to my living room now. We jumped in a DeLorean back in time. We were in Munich, Germany. Now we are back in Detroit, Michigan, 30 years it's 2021-ish.
Great Scott.
Check out what? Hey, look, so we're sitting on the couch. He asked my daughter, hey, Amelia, they're filming this. He says, take this marker, put it behind my ear. So she puts the marker behind his ear. Everything's good. It's his ear that's there, right?
Right.
So then he turns to my son, Cash, and he goes, hey Cash, hey, take this marker out of my ear, put it in my other ear. Now, the kids didn't notice that Uncle Mick does not have an ear, and it's just a fucking hole. So, hey, Cash is 7 years old, and he don't bite his tongue. He's just like Pop.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So what the fuck happened to your ear?
He puts the marker there, and his eyes go Bernie Mac. They're big as golf balls. They're big as shit. He's out there, and his jaw starts dropping. And Mick goes, "Well, put it on, Cash. Come on, put it there." And he goes, "You don't have an ear." He goes, "What the hell's going on here?" Yes. Oh my God. I fall off the other little love scene, AJ Francis. I'm giving, I'm a big knuckle pounder and daps. By this time I'm jumped over on Mick Foley, on Mick. I'm giving him daps and giving him half bear hugs, and I'm laughing my ass off. And it's amazing shit. But then Mick's got a storybook that he's written many books, New York Times bestsellers. They're amazing. He's also written children's books, a Christmas one at that.
Really?
Yeah. After all this night of him hanging with the kids for a couple hours, he's like, "Hey, I'm going to read you guys my Christmas story. Can you imagine Mick Foley with all his, just character, all his swag on how he tells a story. He did a 45-minute story to them, and it was just amazing, bro. It was something that, hey, we're always going to cherish that shit, but that's the payment that I wanted. And it blew people away out there, because all these other people are taking $3, $4, $5 grand for their items in the show. So
with that said, you're planning on brick and mortar and something pretty soon where people
brick and mortar
share in the excitement.
Yep, I've done a lot of I bring people through here. Like I'll have a couple Red Wings. Shout out to Darren McCarty's my brother. I do a lot of. I got the news and some, a couple other things. Hey, when Good Morning America rocked with me, that's when I said, "What is going down?" And Michael Strahan is giving GWC. I said that. Hey, now that's official, like a referee and a whistle. That's right after the first episode, and they came back. Episode 6 they did with Jake the Snake over here. I have one of his.
He came to the GWC.
Shout out to Uncle Jake. He came over to the GWC, and I have one of his only known to history snake bags from 1989 to 80 snake bags, because all his Jake was wild out there, folks, and he's been to hell and back. If you didn't know, he fought lots of demons.
Now
he's there.
He's got that Behind the Ring series or whatever.
He came into a wild childhood and a wild life, and there's that whole side. They get into
it's dark.
His it just got dark, man. But he was a legend and is a legend all the way from his Georgia, Memphis. We're talking down south days to his WCW days, WWF days, to where he's at
And he
now.
comes to the GWC.
He comes to the GWC now. I'm going to tell you something. When you see Jake, you might not know this, but Jake's a big motherfucker. He's I'm not a small dude. I'm 6'1", 6'2", and Jake's still 6'5", 6'6". If you're with Hogan, you stand next to Hogan, and this is because I was just with Hogan last week on Monday. And posted up with him and Dennis Rodman at Hogan's Hangout. I was in Clearwater right after WrestleMania. It was wild. We can get into that another day, another time. That was just last week. And me and Hogan are eye to eye. We're the same height. That's because all his back surgeries, you know what I mean? All those back surgeries dropped him down. But Jake is still a big motherfucker, he's still 6'5", 6'6" out there. And just to have him, that was something for me, brother, because we know about you 80s babies out there. You don't even have to be. It's Jake the Snake was that guy back in the day, huh? Right or wrong, brother.
He was a heel, and you loved him. He was almost a good guy heel, and he was like a loner heel. He wasn't. Heel.
He went baby face, and I won't even call it baby face. Folks, if you don't know the wrestling slango out there, play some bingo. It's going down. It's if you're a baby face, if you're a face, it's like you're a good guy. If you're a heel, that means you're a bad guy. So it's face and heel. That's but yeah, it was cool to be a bad guy with Jake, man. And it was wild that he never even touched the Snake before his first encounter. He hated those motherfuckers. But
are you kidding me?
Oh no. Hey, I'm sitting at the table right now. I'm sitting in the VIP lounge. Okay. And Jake the Snake was directly across from me when we shot the episode. We did the deal where I gave him the snake bag. We're looking eye to eye, and they cut off a lot of his stories because he is zero filter. He's zero filter. And this is A&E channel out there. I can talk about this. He's talking
I thought this was Strahan Good Morning America, and they sent him over. This is A&E sent another time. This is the second episode or something?
This is another episode. Yeah.
So you're doing this one for free too? See, now they think you're a sucker. There's like, this motherfucker would do it if we just bring a mofo by.
No, I rocked with him. I rocked with him because it was at the end of the day, brother. At the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you like this, brother. I'm gonna tell you like this. Only a few know this, and it's all good in the hood, man. But they came for a snake bag, and they got the 1989 snake bag, Jake verified right across from me. It was a beautiful thing, obviously, but I'm the GW motherfucking C out here, folks. That's the greatest wrestling collection, and I'm always changing lanes through the intersection, and I had 2 of them, and I got another bag, folks, so it's going down with the underground sound. What up, no? Feel me, my guy. So it's obviously I'm letting that go. What up, no? Yeah, let's rock and roll together.
I got 2.
I got 2 on deck. You know what I'm saying?
So that goes in the museum as well. The A&E
that's in
museum.
The museum. So
what museum is this?
So WWE just had WrestleMania 38 last weekend in Arlington, Texas, Dallas, Texas area, right? So they brought me down there. We rock and rolled. It was great. I was floored. Stone Cold Steve Austin comes back. First time in 18 years. He wrestled Kevin Owens. The glass breaks, and it's like a Hulkamania pop in there. And I'm telling you, folks, the R.L. Steiner brothers, as I like to call them, aka the goosebumps on my arms, are popping right now. My shirt's still off. When did I take my shirt off? Whenever I was excited a while ago. I don't know why. I'm bareback. I'm fucking still bareback. Whatever. It's all good. But
gotta heat up. I hope it's cold out
over here. It's about 38 outside, but it's a fucking 1,000 in my blood degrees right now. That's going down. But the roof is blowing off the place, and Stone Cold's back, and it's Undertaker's got inducted into the Hall of Fame, and that was a long time coming. That was a beautiful moment. I had some behind the scenes kicking it with the Taker, and
you said they also put Vader in the Hall of Fame this
Vader's
weekend.
In the Hall of Fame, and the Steiner brothers. So
from Michigan legends.
Michigan legends, brother. Shout out to him out there, Rick and Scott Steiner. Scott Steiner on the open mic. Wow.
What's that like? No filter or what?
He kept it good, and I couldn't believe it, but he addressed it, brother. He addressed it saying, you know what? I can't believe I'm on it. They're giving me a live mic after all these years. It was great. Big pop for that. but it was all that tied in together was a beautiful thing, man. But they had a thing set up there, Kyle, that was called
Who had the bigger triceps, him or Danny Boy?
Steiner.
Right on. Papa Pump.
Right on. Papa Pump, man. But they have a thing set up that they do at every WrestleMania at every city. It's called All Access, okay? And it's set up in a huge venue. I did a couple lives on there. It's unfucking believable. You know, it's up 10,000 square feet of, they got all the figure section, all the memorabilia stuff you could buy. Then they got all the ring worn out there at the museum for the public to see. All interaction with the ring there. All the belts. They had Undertaker's graveyard set up in there where you got to pay to go through the section, but it's all the caskets from his matches and his tombstones and his ring worn gear. And it's, they let me film in there, obviously. And the statue that they just gave him for the Hall of Fame, I got the statue fucking choking me in the old esophagus, if you will. It was wild, brother. But I loved every bit of it. And it's set up so beautifully. And they had a section set up for the most wanted treasures, the show that I was on,
Yeah.
And Ben Brown,
they had your stuff.
Curator. They had my stuff there. And I was really happy to see that they showed me the love. I was the only one with the plaque, donated by Steve GWC Morand from the great owner of the Greatest Wrestling Collection Museum in Detroit. It's a beautiful thing out there. Beautiful thing out there. They have the bag and the sacco and stamped in history, brother. It makes me feel good right there. Ain't no money you can give me that's gonna make me have that feeling right there.
You've got some idea to compete against these guys. It sounds. Weren't you talking about going brick and mortar yourself at some point?
Well, I mean,
not that that's really competition because it's all one love, right?
It's all one love, but it's I'm going to bring to them what's never been brought to them out there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to put it all out there, but folks, you already know what time of day it is, and it's besides just bringing a collection and bringing a retail side of it and bringing the experience side of it and bringing the private party side of it, all the different things, the interactive side of it, and the signings and all that. It's going to be. Folks, I just let my actions speak for themselves out there, but it's going to be all one love out there, and I'm going to be blessed and looking forward to enjoy it with all you guys out there. That's facts.
I know you're looking to do something. You can't really say what, I guess. I can't.
Yeah,
you could barely tell me. I had to jump out of well, you didn't ask me to leave, but I'm like, I'm everything in your world is so exciting for me. See, even you hear me getting hyped. Candy would be telling me to calm down, Kyle.
Candy, what up, though?
We're out there flying a plane.
Shout out to Candy.
Shout out to Candy.
Candy. Shout out to Candy. She just did the wifey. She just did the wife's eyebrows out there. Miss GWC Danielle. She just did her eyebrows.
How's she healing up?
Looking great. She's like, you know what? She's looking beautiful as ever. She's always beautiful, but looking beautiful as ever. But I'm going to tell you what, folks. Kyle and I joked about it out there. We're out there flying a plane, sitting in the limited F-150 outside, feeling casual. And I said, I was just fucking with him, but I said, yo, I tipped Candy 1,500, and I said, tat her eyebrow all the way up, so she's always giving the people's the Rock's eyebrow. Yes. God bless. That would have been amazing, but it didn't go down. That's all right though. It's all good.
How would you feel about that? How would you wake up to that? Would you be excited? I bet you would. I feel like somehow you would be like, she'd look at you pissed off and you'd be like, I love it.
No, but
you said somebody or just you've heard of some that owns some of Roddy Piper's one-liners pages.
Hey, some of those pages, you know what I did? I don't know if I showed you this over here at the museum. One of my Roddy Piper pieces that I own that is just so random but amazing. I have his personal. He used to play the harmonica. Not a lot of cats know that. But I got his harmonica and some music notes and some music that he used to rock with. And I also got a couple of his ring worn shirts and kilt. I don't have some boots. If you're out there listening, I've been looking for a nice pair of Rowdy boots out there. One of my brothers in Hawaii's got a pair, and there's not many. See, Kyle, that's what it's about. I love the hunt. I love when there's only one of something out there, or only very few.
Rowdy didn't use a bunch of different boots, huh?
No, fuck no.
He wasn't like Macho Man.
The robes. Man, I'm gonna tell you something.
Macho was kind of nice for a collector like you because he's got a bunch of shit.
Yes and no, bro. Yes and no, bro. Because it wasn't like that. So Macho did a lot of charity. Here's how it is, man. Jake got a lot of his shit burned. Jake had an ex-wife that burned all of his shit and lost all his shit. So that's why there's barely none of it around. Brett got a lot of his stuff stolen. Macho donated so much to charity. I'm bouncing around, but I'm just comparing how ring worn could get lost or what could happen. Macho Man Randy Savage is the GOAT, my number one. For many reasons, but he donated so much of his ring worn to the children's foundations out there and any kind of auctions, any kind of thing he could do, anything. And you wouldn't even know that the stuff would be what it's for. I mean, now if you could find it, I mean, you're paying heavy band-aids just for a hat, just for a Macho hat, bro.
Okay. Right.
Stupid stacks, or I mean, more than people would.
You got two. You got at least two, and then you got the glasses too, right?
SummerSlam '88 glasses, and I got a couple. I got two robes, and I got a coat. I got one. His coat and that glass in the corner is, these pieces, folks. I'm gonna tell you something about the energy. We touched on it earlier. Maybe I have, or maybe I haven't put on some of this ring worn when I've gone back home. It said what up, though, to Miss GWC, if you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I put on maybe I put on the flare robes, or I put on some Ivan Putski's boots are only size 10. I couldn't put those on, but maybe I put on Marty Jannetty's Rockers gear. I don't know. It's gone down, folks. I mean, figure it out.
I know that I put on the robe, and I was like, man, if I put on Ric Flair's robe, and it just felt so awesome. It's 41 pounds. That thing's you can like work your deltoids out, just moving your arms around in there. Them wizard sleeves, that thing's heavy.
Kids, you know what?
And the first thing I think is I would completely have sex with my wife in this, like if I owned this. And then I realized, and put it just as quickly as I realized that you definitely had sex with your wife in that.
I'm not going to say there might be a couple GWC lingerers on a couple of the feathers. There should be. There might be. I don't know. I just going to tell you this, my brother. I turn up slightly, politely, and quite possibly all nightly. So I don't know what I got to tell you, but things might go down. Okay.
But yeah, you're sleeping only 3 hours a night. Leaves a lot of times for other things.
Sleep's the cousin of death out there. Nas said it best, bro. Nas said it best, brother.
Right? Is he not sleeping too?
I mean, Nas said it best back in the day, bro. Sleep is the cousin of death. I mean, if you think about it, though, for real, we talked about it earlier briefly, but for real, though, if you do 4 hours, if you break it down,
this is real for you. But aren't you waking up tired? It can't, because I'm listening to you. I've met you. How long does it take in the morning for you to get around?
Well, I fly a plane immediately, and if I don't fly a plane within the immediate wake up, it's a problem. Hey, I'm out of state. People, I didn't know that people shun. Yeah. We're in the Motor City.
Out of state, they don't like to wake and bake.
Well, we just got back from Florida, so I took the kids to Disneyland for a week before I did the whole WrestleMania and all that. So we were in Florida. We were gone for about 2 weeks on vacation, and I'm flying planes heavy everywhere. Texas and Florida, just everywhere. And people are looking at me like, what's going down with this guy? But it is what it is. I'm me. That's just how I
don't think it's legal in Florida, is it?
Not legal. It's looked down upon, bro. I'm telling you, these people are looking at me like, what is going down with this butterball biscuit? I'm just chucking news to them. Just pass.
This is how bad it gets, guys. It's how bad it gets. The next, we're just shooting up heroin all over the place, right?
Come on, guy. I'm going to tell you something. I haven't smoked a cigarette. I haven't smoked a square in like 11 years.
Since they made it illegal, just about. Huh? Or no, that's even before.
I don't smoke squares. I do some drinking, and but I'm this is just me, man. I'm anti big pharma. I'm anti a lot of shit. Me personally, maybe that's just why I'm so pro cannabis for everything out there. But it's kept some things at bay, medically wise. I mean, we
kept you from getting cancer. What's it done?
We could get into a whole situation station.
I'm
I
ready.
plan on rocking
I'm
with
ready.
you more times than once. I'm gonna come
Let's
back and
run
rock
some
with you
weed
guys out there.
conspiracy. Let's run some big pharma conspiracy.
Hey, I'm going to tell you something. Like I said, well, I'll come back and we can touch base on some wild child stuff because I got, hey, bye. Hey, with only sleeping 4 hours a night, I got 20 more hours a day of things going down. My mind's all over the place. You know what I'm talking about, brother? I'm going to tell you something. You've been over here. You and Candy been over here, and shout out to Dr. Blast, our brother Big Carl and Stelios. What up, though? Our fam out there. Shout out to all of you. Y'all are my fam out there. But you guys would 3 years ago, you wouldn't pull up. Well, there wasn't a driveway to pull up here, but you wouldn't even want to park in front of this house because when I mean condemned, I mean the garage burned, roof caved in, no front porch. The house had been abandoned for 9 years. When they, all right, put it this way, brother. I'm going to tell you something, how they do it in Detroit. You guys, if you got listeners from all over the place. So I'm going to break it down like this. Detroit has a lot of good, and it's got a lot of fucked up stuff going on. And property wise, it's unbelievable how they call them blight properties, or it's crazy how long an abandoned property can sit abandoned and not be touched. And this was just one of those cases. This house was abandoned for 9 years, bro. 9 years. Okay. And in that 9 years of the squatters in and out of here and crack, whatever everyone's doing, everything's burning. We pulled 242 tires out of this house. Okay. 200. They're chopping cars in the back. 242 tires. The garage is burned to the ground. There was no subfloor. Everything was caved in. Okay. No front porch. And so you folks out there, if you're just tuning in or you're thinking, why would you even buy something like this? Because it was being torn down. It was the house I grew up in, and I had memories living here and growing up through the 80s, and all kinds of wild memories at this house. I look at it still. That's
wrestling memories. Also, am I wrong?
Oh, plenty of wrestling memories, brother. My cousin Money Mavron lived on the block, a couple doors down, and he'd get the pay-per-views, and we had the TV with the wood around it in the living room here. All right.
Yeah.
We're all right.
Big
Where
box.
the Macho Man display is in the corner, and the Mick Foley mannequin wearing the ring worn right there. We had a wood TV in a box. Okay. That's where I'd watch Saturday morning wrestling in this motherfucker. It used to be on just basic cable, just two basic TV, basic. Folks, they used to play wrestling. They used to show wrestling on the news here. You really remember that?
I
that
don't.
Crazy. It was unbelievable.
I don't recall.
It was just on sports, just like that.
I used to have to watch it on. I feel like we had to watch on channel 66, but we only had an antenna, so we'd only watch Saturday morning too. So I think I was catching the same show as you most days. But for some days they would it would get preempted for something else. They didn't treat it with a lot of importance, unfortunately.
Right.
And then we'd always get the whatever happened, because WrestleMania was usually on a Friday, wasn't it? Or was it on a Sunday?
They do it a lot of times. They do it on the Sundays, man. It was usually WrestleMania.
We get the highlights the next week. That's what Saturday would,
How do you feel about? We can stem back to that real quick. But how do you feel about them doing WrestleMania Saturday and Sunday, making it a 2-day event now, brother?
Are they doing that?
Yeah, that's what it is. That's why I just got back from Mania. It was a 2-day event.
What do you think about it? Tell me. See, it's not my world anymore. I mean, it's fun to see the excitement that people are still generating around it. And I thought Orange Cassidy was hilarious with them sloth kid.
Sure.
But I felt like MMA's taken kind of a lot of my attention away from it somewhat, because I really enjoy watching that.
Right. I mix it up too with every it don't matter if it's WWE, it's Impact, it's AEW, it doesn't matter. Hey, IWR, that's local indie shows. I mean, what else? Sanctuary Fight Club, bro. One of my brothers owns a wrestling organization, and he does a lot in Hamtramck, Michigan. Sanctuary Fight Club. Shout out to Dickie Bronson. What up, no? But they do this. This is like underground. It's like Fight Club underground with wrestling, brother. And it's at a bar, like a kind of a punk bar, and the lights and smoke, and it's dark, and it's something that it's a whole different experience. See, I love, that's what I'm getting at. I love it all, brother. All the wrestling you can get into out there. And it's just a beautiful thing, man. It's all the different elements.
Even the funny, like the stuff that when they're not good at selling it, or only one person's good. You like watching the rise even of these people. Maybe like, I wonder if that kid's gonna make it.
1,000%, bro. I love it all, man. That's exact. Oh shit, I gotta decline this. Yeah, my bad. I don't know if I lost you there, but
Oh, I hear you.
all right, good. Yeah, I had to decline that. Hey, but I'll tell you what, man. It's yeah, I love watching the rise of it all, man. The grind of it. That's what I mean. The indie scene, independent wrestling scene. Darren McCarty.
Yes.
He rock and rolls on the.
On what? He's
Red
a wrestler.
Wing legend, badass.
Yes.
He rocks himself in the indies, bro. He loves it. He's got the feel just like I do for it. He loves it.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you, brother. And
is there an idea that when you go to those places, you're like, maybe I'm going to see the next Triple H or something?
Hey, 100%. I've watched a lot of people come up, brother, and that's wild. That's wild to me when I see that happen. You see the bubble. When you see bam, now you see that. And that's awesome to go along for the ride. You know what I'm saying? You're being a part of history. You're a part of history. And that's how I feel. I'm blessed to how I'm rocking with it right now because I'm part of history as I'm making history. Let's fucking go. Oh my good Lordy, I'm getting turned up around here. Good Lord.
It is
I'm
exciting.
down to my boxers. Holy shit.
Keep your clothes on. Keep your clothes. Well, I don't know. You're probably going to, I know why you're doing it. You're going to get cold and then you're going to start putting them robes on.
Oh, we're about to robe up. Hey, so here's the deal, brother. Sometimes I'll have people say to me in my lives, you know, because as I just sparked, I'm flying my third plane since we started rocking together. Now this is the third one, folks. I'll be flying planes in the fast lane, doing one of my live turn-ups at the museum, getting into unboxing or whatever I'm doing, and I'll have people that'll be blown away. Oh my God, I can't believe you're wearing these things. Oh my God, I can't believe there's smoke around the. I died, bro. First and foremost, you butterball.
We were smoking joints in those things, man.
Oh,
we were smoking joints as soon as we had them.
Hey, first and foremost, let's just be honest. There's been a lot crazier things that have gone down in these items before they've been in the Motor City in a museum where we're just flying some planes and we're strutting. Okay, figure that one out.
Wasn't the first time they seen a party.
Good Lord, and it's definitely not going to be the last. You know what I'm talking about?
All right, then they're in good hands. Is what you're saying? They're being curated by good hands.
Hey,
spreading the one love.
I'm at Hogan's Hangout on Monday in Clearwater, Florida, and I'm wearing a GWC cutoff T-shirt. I'm wearing a signed Godfather ring-worn hat, and I'm wearing a Hulk Hogan ring-worn ripped shirt from 1994 Joe Louis Arena that he fought Ric Flair inside. I'm wearing that casually in the bar, sweating my ass off. Turn it up, folks. Get loaded. Let's go. I'm feeling good out here, man.
How was it? What's that like seeing your legends? That you say you've met Hogan, like you shake. Yeah, but you're like in that world tight now, right?
I love to see Hogan in his element. What I mean by that is if you see Hogan at a signing and he's still rocking and rolling out there. What's up, brother? You know, and all that. Yeah. Chucking the deuce real quick. But when you see Hogan in his element, and that's a beautiful thing. And in his element, we're drinking beer, eating chicken wings. We're doing karaoke. We're rocking together. I mean, that's his element. I'm fucking losing my voice in there screaming AC/DC. I'm getting down. Me and him are pumping up. Dennis Rodman shows up. What else do you want, bro? It was the wild child. Hey, Jimmy Hart is DJing the whole night. That's my brother, the mouth of the South. Hey, Jimmy calls me. It's prior to this. This day I'm talking about Monday, so it's last week. And he goes, Hey baby, I just saw that you're in Florida. Are you still in Florida? I go, bro, I'm at Hogan's Beach Shop. This is right before we left. And he goes, I'll be there in 10 minutes. And he gets there and he's taking pictures and talking with my kids and telling them all kind of stories.
Man, I met him once. He is so awesome.
Full circle, bro. We watched Jimmy Hart in our living rooms for every
I
heel.
hated him.
Hated him. Every heel manager, right? But he was
Yeah,
Hogan's
I
manager
hated
too,
him.
though.
He was Hogan's manager, wasn't he? And wasn't he also Brutus Barber? And who was Barber's teammate there before he was? Because he used to be a tag team partner, right?
He was, he managed them with Hogan. He managed them with Hogan. Let me ask you something, Kyle, because I feel like, and but you get me talking. I apologize out there, folks. If you get the GWC going talking wrestling, I get a little wild.
That's what we're all about.
And sometimes there isn't an off switch. I don't. I'll get rocking and rolling, brother. But I want to ask you a couple of questions, brother. Hey, we're talking managers. Who's your favorite wrestling manager of all time?
Oh, Hart. I think for sure, man. I mean, Heenan was so good too, right? Bobby Heenan was great.
Hey, so pick your poison? Who you picking?
I gotta go just because I met him and he was so nice. Was Heenan nice?
Hey man,
Jimmy Hart was so fucking nice.
I've smoked with Bobby Heenan once upon a time, brother. This is prior to GWC anything. So,
what about the Mind Ventura?
I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say like this, brother. Jimmy Hart is a good friend, and a real deal good guy. But you know what? Bobby the Brain Heenan is my number one though, and it's not by far, but he just is because it just is.
I understand, dude, because he used to do those Saturday mornings, right? He was always on there commentating too, and Gene would be the good guy or whatnot, or Gorilla.
Sure.
And then he was and he was always like, oh no, he's got to do that because he always made up so many excuses.
1,000%. Bobby the Brain Heenan and Gorilla Monsoon
don't even make sense.
Doesn't even. Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby the Brain Heenan were bread and butter, peanut butter and jelly, and anything you want. It's going down, baby. They were together. That was gold. That's why that'll never be duplicated out there. You'll never be able to.
You don't think they'll find another group? A friend of mine is on that right now. He's Jimmy Smith,
right?
Is the commentator for WWE. You met him yet?
I don't think I've met Jimbo, man, but I'm just going to give him a shout out because it's all love out there.
Yeah, you got to meet him. Well, I look forward to you. It's funny how these worlds can be this small.
You know, it's wild. It's wild, man. You'll be rocking.
I know you're going to run into the kid.
Yeah.
What's that?
I said in a couple of weeks we'll be turned up at Astronomicon 5. You'll be rocking and rolling, and
I'm going to be hanging out. Yeah, I'm going to have to be apologizing for my wet look gone crazy. My Britney Spears.
Hey man, I'm going to tell you what, bro. They're putting on. It's going to be a good show, and I'm excited for it. And, it's all love out there, brother.
I am excited for it. Astronomicon
5, brother. I'll be in the building with Godfather. I'm bringing in Papa Shango, aka the Godfather. We'll have the Steiner brothers are going to be in the building. Twisted is
rocking. Put a curse on you if you want. How much is he charging for curses?
Folks, I don't want to tell you something that I don't know out there, but you better bring your purses if you want to see the curses. That's all I got to tell you. All right? Get loaded.
You want to pay proper for the curses, or you will be cursed.
You want to be proper out there if you want that whopper out there. But I'm gonna. But yeah, brother, it's gonna be a good time, man. It's gonna be a good time. But Bob, hey, I bounced right.
Who else is gonna be there? You said right? Didn't you say Diesel was gonna be out there?
Hey, I love it. Big Daddy Cool Diesel. Yeah, Kevin Nash will be in the building. Can we give a rest in peace, a moment of silence for our brother, our fallen brother out there? I want to give it too sweet.
Razor.
Hey, yo.
For who?
And a too sweet for our brother Scott Hall, man. A moment of silence for our brother. Wham bam. I feel good about it, brother. One love. God bless you out there. That was a tough one for me, man. Did you meet him? You knew him? I was blessed to call Scott a friend. I've turned up a lot of times with Scott, and it was just, that one was rough, man. That was a rough blow, and it was crazy how it went down. After all, he had straightened himself out, the best that how he was rocking, and to go out how it was rough.
I'm not aware how it. I guess I don't know, man. I
Yeah, it's just-
apologize for not knowing. How did he pass?
Oh no, it's all good. I didn't even want to get on the negativity, folks out there. I just give it a shout out.
Well,
It
we don't need
no,
to
no,
talk
no. It was
about
crazy.
that.
It was wild. It was
Yeah.
hey, when God calls you home, brother, it was wild. He went in for hip surgery. He went in for hip surgery, brother, and ended up having some blood clots after hip surgery, and had some strokes. And man, God called him home. He didn't come back, brother. But
after the life that he lived like that,
correct. And it's you know what?
It's going to be something about hips.
I'm going to say something, dog. He's up there with his golden toothpick out there, right? He's up at the Golden Gates, golden toothpick in mouth, looking down on all of us, brother. But one love.
He was in Big Money Rustlers, I believe it was.
Man, there's a lot. I turned up with him quite a few times in the Motor City, brother, and man, made some good memories.
What's it like? What's it like?
What
do you do?
I mean, hanging out. I mean, you know, once upon a time, there's some turning ups. You know, I'm a little more casual now. I'm a little more casual and laid back as I am now. I'm not. I don't frequent the gentleman clubs and the titty bars and shit no more.
But there was a time.
Oh, there was a time. We were all in the Atlantic Strip getting the whip. My brother owned a partner on the Coliseum and a bunch of other
the Coliseum, that was the nice one, wasn't it? That's the nice
there's some nice ones, man. There's some nice ones in there, but it's
the ritzy one. You go in the Coliseum, they got a porter in the bathroom. Am I wrong? I feel like there was a porter.
Right.
Wasn't there a porter? There was a porter.
You're right on that. Would you like a mint, kind sir?
It's like I'd like to not have to tip somebody so that I can get some soap. That's what I like.
Hey, I don't want you. Listen here, I don't want your juke, your Jovan Musk. I don't want your curve or your soap. Just let me get some straight water. It's a little bit of antibacterial in this motherfucker. I'm out.
Listen, I know them bitches. I ain't buying it no matter what I make it smell like. So
I don't need the clear water. You can go cool off your situation with that right on now, if you will. You know
the Coliseum. So, hey, listen to this. I'm one time Yokozuna and Undertaker going back and forth, hating each other. Yokozuna and I frequent a titty bar around the area, and I go in there and it's fucking Undertaker and Yokozuna taking up the corner booth. And Yokozuna takes up a corner booth.
Fuck yes, I love this story.
So I'm like, kind of like, that's cool. You know, it's been years, right? Like I haven't been into wrestling. I've been getting into tattooing, and it stole my life, right? Like I had to go 100%, right? Sure. And so it was like living in ghetto ass places so that I could afford. Anyways, never mind. There they are. And I'm trying to say, man, I gotta let them know how much they were important to me, you know, so many years back or whatnot.
Sure.
They had no fucking time for me. They're in a titty bar. It was like I was talking and it was just dead air that they heard as they just keep talking to these girls, and they were trying to get laid. You know? Yeah. They're trying to bring them back to the hotel room or whatnot. It was and then Yokozuna was gonna make them clean that, I don't know, 5 foot of ass crack.
Hey, rest in peace to Big Rodney out there. Hey, rest in peace to Big Rodney, aka Yokozuna out there. You know, he was part of, you know what their crew is. It was Godfather, Undertaker, Yokozuna, Rikishi, the Godwins of all. This was BSK and Savio Vega, you know, Bone Skull crew. They're all the BSK. That was their clique, you know. So when Undertaker just got inducted into the Hall of Fame, you know, last week.
Oh, they're all there.
They're all. That's why Bear was there. That's why Godfather was there. We were turning up and all that. And, it's wild because the stories of Yokozuna is he was straight gangster, bro. You know, he was flying heavy planes. He'd rap all the time, big on freestyling, and hey, Bear's telling me, man. Bear, hey, so we're at a show. You're gonna love this story, brother. You're gonna love this story. So Godfather and I are at a show. We're doing a signing together, and it's in Hamburg, Pennsylvania. Okay, and I'm gonna paint this picture for you. It's at the Hamburg Fieldhouse, which is the legendary. This is where Roddy Piper hit the coconut on Jimmy Snuka's head. Okay, back in the fucking day. Yes. This is the legendary Hamburg Fieldhouse.
Okay? I wasn't there, but I was there. I understand. I was in that building.
Correct. It's a legendary. Yeah, right. So it's called the Legends of Hamburg. Me and Godfather, me and Bear are there.
Yeah.
We're doing a signing together, and there's a bunch of Jimmy's there, Nasty Boys, and Bob Orton. The list goes on, Brutus. So all the OGs, we're all up in there and shit, you know. So
Yeah.
Bear and I are up in there. We're having a great time, and we're doing signings. I'm selling shirts, signing autos, and doing the same. God with Bear, you know, we're rocking and rolling, and Godfather's pointing out to me. He's pointing out all these broads there. He's like, man, you know, these are the old school ring rats from back in the day. All right. So the ring rats are the old school thoughts that used to be the wrestling roadies that would travel,
Groupies.
right?
Okay.
Groupies.
Yeah.
The rest they called the ring rats. So I'm dying.
Who paid for the hotel rooms? My question.
Hey, what's that, brother?
Who paid for the hotel rooms? They had to get their own.
What, the ring rats?
Yeah.
Oh, they're not.
They were just going to stay. They're
not
staying in
the
somebody. They're not staying the night.
They ain't staying the night, dog.
They're sleeping in the hallway.
Hey, you don't pay them to fuck, you pay them to leave. It's going down. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay,
Hey,
right on.
Hey, but
They were getting paid. These girls get paid.
Hey, so Bear is pointing out. So Godfather is pointing out all the ring rats to me, and you're gonna love what got me to this story. Yokozuna got me to the story I'm going to right now. Like you saying this. This is how my brain works, but this is how it's perfect, brother. So he's pointing them all out, and we're dying. Some are coming up to the table and they're talking to him and shit like that. Oh, blah, blah, blah. They're all on his dick.
Remember the day.
Because Godfather's 61 years old. Bear is 61 years old. He looks our age. Hey, he looks so, I don't know what's fountain of youth or what's going down, but
right.
He looks like he's about 40, dog. It's wild, man. I mean, he's still in good. He still works out. He's in great shape, but just like young wise, and he smokes like I do. You know, he's heavy in the cannabis industry. So I mean, hey, maybe it's the fountain of youth out there. But anyways, they're all on his
smoke
dick.
him if you got him.
Smoke them if you got them. Fly them if you got them, folks. But so they're all coming up. They're checking in with them, and he points out this one chick, and she looks like Jamie Lee. She looks like Jamie Lee Curtis, but like way beat up and weathered. You know what I'm saying? Like an old leather belt. Old leather belt. You know those leather belts that you wear back in the day that are like woven together? You know what I'm talking about? Like one of those. She's broken in like one of those woven type leather belts. Jamie Lee Curtis, okay? So
old pair of shoes, right on.
She's a beat up ass pair of she's an Everlast broke down pair of fucking she's beat up. So
but she's got good structure underneath that. That's what I'm saying. Dude, Jamie Lee Curtis was a hottie back.
I mean, I'm just saying that because she had the short gray hair, and maybe I'm putting that together. I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know.
Right on.
But that's just kind of what I was picking up.
So she's an ugly Jamie Lee Curtis for sure. No good bones about it.
Oh, dog. I mean,
it must have been something if they're putting it in.
They're paper bagging it, but
they're paying.
You're gonna find out why they're not paper bagging it when I tell you what this old school ring rat thought was all about. All right. So
okay, yeah.
So he points her out and he goes, "Oh shit!" Exclamation points here. I'm not gonna say her name. You know what I'm saying? And I see her at shows now, and I've come to realize like this. She was shit. Hey, she was that mainstream thought back in the day, dog. So she comes beelining towards the table, and he goes. Yeah, she loves sucking sack and licking asshole. I'm like, oh shit. He goes, her favorite was Big Rodney. That's Yoko, bro. Her favorite is Yokozuna. He goes, she loved getting up in that ass. Hey, then 2 seconds later she comes there, and I'm fucking dying. I'm like, oh, you got the steak house, bitch. Don't even come over here. And
she's got that's 5 foot of that stuff. I mean, it is literally that high kid, right? It wasn't his. Who was it? Rikishi's or his move? He would sit on you, right?
Hey, Rikishi's his uncle. They're all the sumo. You know, they portrayed him obviously as a Japanese sumo wrestler, but he's Hawaiian. You know, he's from the Inoue family. You know, Rock. All those they're from the island. They're islanders. You know, and I mean that. And I mean that in a respectable way. He comes from a heavy heritage, heavy bloodline, bro. God bless him. You know,
that was his move too. He had a lot of like we know Samoans got legs like tree trunks, like they're rooted, like fucking like palm trees. You know, they got to be able to stay on the island if there's a hurricane.
Hey, he was doing just
Yokozuna wasn't
that.
going nowhere. Yeah, he was good.
He'd
He'd be like, "What? This is little rain."
Exactly.
But she would be climbing inside of that and just loving it, huh?
Hey, so he's telling me this. He's telling me this in full detail. I just gotta jump to the story, folks. I'm not telling you exactly what I'm not telling you exactly what Godfather's telling me. He's getting raw dog, dirty dog, what's going down with the underground sound. And no matter when he finishes it, no matter than right off her breath, I look up and she's there. And all of a sudden I'm just thinking of, oh, you dirty dog. And she tries coming behind the table and standing there, and it was just so fucking. It was, I don't get nothing really makes me awkward, but I gotta keep it moving, lady. Come on, get up out of here, you woman belt. Let's keep it moving, all right? But that's the Yokozuna story, and she sucked lots of Sacagawea and booty, but it's going down, all right. Good loading.
Anytime you were getting into that would be a lot of. But that guy was a gangster.
Thanks,
and he
bro.
was definitely Samoan. You knew it. He was had to be Samoan.
So yeah, they're BSK, man, and that's some.
I didn't know that he was with Rikishi though.
Yeah, they're all that's his bloodline, man, and that's his family and blood, and they all rock together, and they're all tatted up with BSK. Undertaker gave a big shout out to BSK in his Hall of Fame speech, and that's why he brought them all there. That was their clique together. Heavy Jack Daniels. That's why when we get together, they make me gargle Jack with them. You have to gargle the shots. That's a thing that Mr. Perfect, rest in peace, Kurt Hennig started. Okay.
Okay. Mr. Smack the bubble gum himself. Yeah.
This is something that is, even for seasoned drinkers like myself. You don't like gargling whiskey. You don't like gargling anything, right? I mean. So and I was just, like I said, this was 5-6 days ago. I'm in Texas with these Butterball biscuits. We're gargling them at the fucking Fairmont fucking VIP bar and getting tore up. But it's a wild thing out there. Wild thing, bro. You got to keep that's keeping history alive, though. You know what I'm saying? It's something that.
What's the purpose for the gargle? Is that make it because now maybe there's a science here. I don't know. He's Mr. Perfect, so I'm guessing. So if I look into them, if I imagine the science,
sure,
the mucous membranes in your mouth. Maybe I'm crazy.
He just brought it, folks. He just brought it to the mucous membranes. We have now entered the Bill Nye Science Guy part of the segment of the show, and I love what we're going.
Gargle the alcohol. Does it stay in the mucous membrane? It absorbs in your mouth maybe quicker. You get more alcohol quicker.
So let me tell you something about the mucous membrane molecules out there.
Skip the whole, skip the liver. Just go directly to the brain.
Right to the brain. You're right on that, though, bro. If it's Mr. Perfect saying it, there's got to be reasoning behind it because he's the only guy that can throw a football, throw a touchdown to himself, throw the gum up from anywhere, and slap it. He's catching towels behind the back for 20 years.
Do you do that? You chew gum ever?
Yeah, I've tried the Mr. Perfect.
Every time I try, it's so
sometimes
hard.
I don't.
And even it's not an easy thing. That is a talent.
It is a talent, folks. It is something I've tried and I've tried to perfect. And sometimes
it feels so cool when you get it right.
100%.
Just swatting at bees.
Yeah, I'm holding my hands up in the air like a touchdown right now, like we just did it, and it's all right. It's all right. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at you, brother. It's going down around here, folks. Yes.
Did he ever miss it on air?
What's that, brother?
Ever miss when Kurt Hennig, when Mr. Perfect would smack the gum? Do you recall if he ever missed it? I'm going to say this:
it was barely ever, if any, that he did.
I don't recall a single time.
And it's no, man, and that's really, really. That's really amazing shit right there. You know what I'm saying?
It's mouth to hand coordination.
No, mouth to hand, but here's the deal. And you know what I like? I like shooting the shit with people about anything, really. I like shooting the shit about wrestling, and you're knowledgeable about wrestling. Kurt Hennig was an athlete. Larry Hennig was his dad. Yeah. was a all-star wrestler. Hennig family was deep prior to this, but Kurt Hennig Kurt Hennig actually himself was tag team with, rest in peace, Scott Hall, man, in AWA, NWA back in the day. They were tag team champs together, bro. Which is,
I wasn't aware.
hey, he come out of Minnesota. You
Was
know,
it just
it
their
was
two individual names, or they have a tag team name?
well, I loved how they ran with their real names. Scott Hall back in the day before Coyote Superstar and before all his other deals. You know, he went by Big Scott Hall. Yeah, I love that. Was just aggressive because he was huge. You know what I'm saying? And he was huge out there. But no. At the end of the day, Kurt Hennig was just Mr. Perfect. Was an athlete, man, all around athlete, and he only got Intercontinental Championship ranking, but he was championship ranking, bro. That brings me to a quick thing I want to touch on. That is a wild thing to me. Intercontinental Championship used to mean a whole lot more, did it not?
I don't know. I haven't been able to pay attention nowadays. Really, I've been trying to get in and watch some of these, but I've been having a problem watching the WWE or the AEW. It just it was really actually technical problems with cable and just being home. You know, so I travel a lot. So if I'm in a hotel, I'm not able to watch. I try to get replays online and see stuff. But I'm usually watching the MMA. Is maybe it's too. I also time a workout with it. It's the only time I work out is if MMA I have.
Sure.
But I go for the 5 minutes. Yeah, go on.
Right. What I mean by that, like back in the day, you know, when Ricky the Dragon Steamboat Intercontinental Champion, Mr. Perfect Intercontinental Champion.
That was big.
Roddy Piper,
Ricky Dragon Steamboat as the Intercontinental Champion. I feel like he was my favorite good guy. I loved the good guys when I was a kid.
You know,
I feel like I liked Ricky more than I liked Hulk Hogan.
I loved Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, and you didn't try it on last time you were here at the museum, but you saw the Ricky the Dragon Steamboat gi, the karate suit that he wore.
Yeah.
You saw the mannequin of it. So next time you're here, we're going to make that happen. You're going to put that on. Now, I can definitely tell you that I did wear that home before, and
fuck.
That definitely was wild, bro. I fucking had a fucking bandana on one night, and everybody likes kung fu fighting. Shit was going down, brother.
Dude, that is a very awesome. I appreciate it. That was. I had no idea that there was a chance we were going to wear any of those things. And when I put on that shit, I felt like such a kid. You know what? First thing I did is I put on, I think, that Macho Man purple one, and I thought it was cool.
Right.
And I was eyeing up that Nature Boy the whole time. I don't know. I turned into a whole different person.
I had to warm you up a little bit out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta warm it. You gotta warm it up before you take it home, if you know what I'm talking about, right?
41 pounds of sequins, purple feathered boa, and wizard sleeves. And the way it made me feel like such a man, I had the WWF belt in my hand. I got video of me.
Hey, our brother Stelios is bouncing around. He's got a backpack satchel over his shoulder with the fucking Macho Man robe over the satchel. He's got Jimmy the Heart glasses over the head, and he's singing Nikolai Volkov Russian anthem, stopping like he's in a parade. And
just about taking your floor out.
Taking the floor out, but that just shows you that he's in his, in the moment, bro. That's it. See, when I see moments like that, that's what it's all about, bro. You know that?
I figure.
He messaged me.
These are moments that you've had with Cypress Hill as well.
These are the moments I've had with lots of cats out there to be able to share it with them. And I like
Jamie Madrox, one of my personal favorites.
You know what? You're gonna be rocking with us, and it's gonna be rock and roll.
I can't wait. Astronomicron. He's gonna be there, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, Twisted Rock and Roll's the whole weekend, man. Yeah, it's
Does he still play with Monoxide Child?
I guess we'll just have to see.
Yes, we will. Right on. You're saying you don't know.
Hey, I'm saying I don't know. Hey, I love that shit. Hey, first of
Strangle Mania 2. That's what I know.
First of all, that is the best. First of all, you butterball biscuit. You can just call it like it is out there. I love it. That's it, brother. Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh, it's like that. Right on, man. I can't. I will, if I've got a foot, I will put it in my mouth. Hey, I don't know what to say.
Hey, I love it, brother. What do you mean?
Everybody changes, I guess, is what it is.
That's the only way. that is the only way you're supposed to roll out there, folks. You know what I'm talking about? It's not called foot in the mouth. It's called keeping it real, brother. And that's all we got to do out there.
So he probably ain't, and I shouldn't. I have to go over with it. It's like what not to talk about.
There's
but
never.
I grew up on that. Like that was Twisted Most Tasteless. Sure. Jamie Madrox, Twisted Most Tasteless. That was for me inside of the tattooing world. That that was. Man, that was everything. I was listening to that stuff all day long. I've gone back and listened to it, and maybe the theme is crazy. Maybe it's all serial killer shit, man. But I still
but you know what?
It. I can recite it. I'm back to it. I put it back out because you reminded me. You know what I mean? When I hung out there, actually, that's when I started listening to Most Tasteless. And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot.
That was. Shit, if you that's way back in the day, bro. So you're talking pre-2000 type shit, and that was
when I was learning to tattoo and tattooing, and that was the stuff that I would put on, and people would come. We were tattooing like in the hood because that's where we were learning how to tattoo.
Yes.
You know, you couldn't tattoo on the nice end of the town. You know, people didn't want you out there, so we're learning tattoo out there, and we were listening to Most Tasteless, and people were like, "What the fuck is that? That is awesome." I was like, this is that underground shit. Y'all don't know.
That's what it's all about, bro. It's all about supporting. Yeah, it's all about supporting, even if it ain't everything you're down with. Yeah, some of their shit was wild, a little murder shit, but it is what it is, bro. So I was down with secondhand smoke. Secondhand smoke.
That was so good. I'm saying? They opened up the whole album with it.
Yeah, man, let's rock and roll, brother. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying?
Secondhand smoke until you bleed.
Yeah, let's go. Holy shit. Yeah, I just hit you with
something that I believe.
Baby.
Practice and deceive, no more tricks up my sleeves. What the fuck, bitch? Why are you talking shit? They were Mama's gonna think I'm a fake serial killer, but I'm boom boom out of my mind. And they were I don't know. If you take it too seriously, yeah, they're terrible. But if you listen to the raps of NWA, they were terrible. I mean, you know what I mean? If you listen to Biggie Smalls excusing selling crack, yeah. Yes, go on.
Yeah. I'm gonna agree with you on that. And yeah. I take I'm a big music buff. I don't say music buff. I love music. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Music buff sounds like I'm a cocky music lover. I was just gonna say, I'm a connoisseur. What I'll say is I'm a music lover out there. I love all genres of music, but I'm a music head. You know what I'm saying? But some of the shit ain't have to have all be about lyrics. But if you're talking of what's about lyrics, yeah, a lot of that shit wasn't lyrics. Deep lyrics for some songs, for some moments of time, they were real deep, But if you're talking about, exactly that. I think I got to fold up plane number 5 just to stay alive. I'm feeling good.
I should probably leave them wanting some more, man. But this is so much fun for me. I got so many. Honestly, one more thing about Jamie Madrox.
Talk about it, brother.
Stranglemania.
Talk about it.
Stranglemania 2. That was the best shit ever. I mean, this kind of brings it full circle with it, really, because he was a part of Twisted, and he also was part of Stranglemania 2, and he added so much flavor to that. I felt like that was the Jamie Madrox show.
I'm gonna tell you something. You know what the cool thing about J Mad is, and the coolest thing about it, he's a big GWC supporter. He's heavy. I'm sorry about that. Hey, Candy Cane out there, girl. I know you do the editing. Sorry, I had to slap the grinder together. I had to do it out there.
It don't sound bad.
All right, I'm trying to keep it official over here. You know what I'm saying? I've already pissed in a Gatorade bottle under the table. I've already no, I haven't. No, only thing that I got going on is I'm flying planes and I'm in my boxers, so we're okay. But no, he's a big wrestling fan, bro. So I mean, heavy wrestling fan and collector. You know what I'm saying? That's something maybe, I don't know if you knew that out there, but he's heavy in that. So that's
right on. So he's competing with the GWC when you're online.
Hey, listen, bro. Don't try. Hey, listen. He's trying to don't you stir things up out there, because I'm gonna tell you like this. I got love for everybody out there, and everybody
You
knows
wrestling fans, yeah. I don't know, man.
Everybody
Get an
knows
elbow.
this. Hey, but I'm gonna leave them at this.
Yeah.
I don't talk to shit. You're right. I let what I got going down talk for it. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about out here. But at the end of the day, ain't no one ever going to be on the level of the GW. You know what I'm saying? Keep it official like a referee and a whistle. That's how I got to do it out there. You feel me? You get to a certain point, it's just, I don't know. What am I going to be content with when I get to 200,000 items? When I get to 1 million items? Who fucking even knows? I don't.
Yeah, you ain't stopping.
Baby.
You ain't stopping.
There ain't no stopping, bro. It's. Hey, leave no troops behind. Leave no wrestling memorabilia behind.
What do you have an eye right now? Do you have a big ticket item that you're looking at, or you think?
Yeah, I'm working on. Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. I got lots of. I did a show last night, and I got into a lot of my WrestleMania stuff that I brought home from Mania. That I got. Like I said, I got hundreds and hundreds of pieces out of town, and I had to get lots of stuff shipped home. But some ring worn items that I got. I'm closing on are some more Ultimate Warrior ring worn items, which are really. I'm gonna tell you like this, brother. It's hard to get items in general for some legends like that. Okay, like ring worn items and shit like that. But to get them from certain events, such as WrestleMania items that they rocked in items and stuff like that, WrestleMania ring worn.
Yeah, well,
it's going down. Hey, there is a piece that I can't wait to fucking put on. I already told the old lady, look, we're not. I don't want to. We ain't having no more kids. I already sleep naked. I roll in my sleep. When they say, how many kids you got, GWC? I say, I just roll in my sleep. I don't know. But hey, look. I'm gonna tell you something. I can't wait to get this piece rocking and rolling out there because hey, I got a chair that moves around. You got me spinning around over here, bro. I'm going back and forth from south to north. It is going down, baby. Wow.
What is? Last question. I gotta let you go. But I have to know: were you there when Bret the Hitman Hart got attacked at the Hall of Fame?
Hey, I was not there personally when Bret Hart got attacked at the Hall of Fame, but I'm going to tell you something. If I was there, because I would have been ringside for that one.
Yeah,
I would have had that dude in the Rasta hat before security had him. You know what I'm talking about? I would have been swinging these country ham fists at his ass. He wouldn't know what's going down. You feel me?
They ever come out with what that was about?
Let it go. What's that, brother?
They ever come out with what that was about?
No, but that was crazy, man. I'm a Bret Hart fan. I'm a Bret Hart fan. How about we leave it like this?
And you got to know he can deliver a punch, and you're around some of the biggest motherfuckers that are his friends on his honorable night, and you try to attack him around all these beast motherfuckers, you're gonna get your ass kicked.
That's crazy, man. That's craziness. Hey, I want to end it like this real quick, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, brother. I want to end it like this, or you can end it how you want to end it. But I want to say, I want to ask this to you, my brother. I wanted to hit you with this at the beginning before we even rock and rolled, but now we're closing to an end, and all things come to an end. But folks, they don't have to stop these. I'll be back, and Big Kyle doesn't go nowhere. He's always going to be bringing that fire out there that makes you perspire, and we ain't singing to the choir. But here's the deal that I want to ask you that I didn't ask you, but I'm about to ask you, is this, my brother. Top 5 favorite wrestlers, does past, present, future. What's going down with the Underground Sound?
Definitely.
Give me 5 so I can give you my 5.
Yes, absolutely. Because your 5, I hope to tattoo on you at some point too. So number 1, Macho Man.
Okay.
And like almost a team, him and Elizabeth in that one shining moment. You know what I mean? In that one moment when she was held on his shoulders and he put her around. And then after that, when the relationship turned, maybe not as much, but Macho Man.
That was magic.
It was magic, dude. Macho Man and his promos. Oh, they were good. And his practice, his ethic, Steamboat and his match, because I love Steamboat. But when I was a kid, I loved the good guys. And then as I grow up, I look back on time and I'm like, I really liked the bad guys. Those good guys were nobody without a good bad guy, You're
not lying.
Who else? Nature Boy, Ric Flair. pissed me off every week when the four horsemen come out, Ole and Arn Anderson jump on his side, and whoever the rotating fourth horseman was, whoever it was that week.
Whoever they're going to bring in for that time, whether it be Mongo McMichael, whether it be Dean Malenko, whether it be Chris Benoit, whether it be whoever you're going to get that time, but you're going to get somebody. They're going to help in your face.
Again, Chris Benoit, really. I mean, that was tragic, but man, he was a talent, huh? Scott Steiner, just because of them triceps.
Well, I love this. This list. Hey, I've never asked. Hey, I can't believe this. I've told you my favorite wrestlers, I believe.
Oh, shit, man. I didn't get to talk about tag teams. And here's the thing, though.
We'll be back.
It wouldn't be fair to include those, okay? It's not fair to include those, right? It's not fair. That's not fair to include those. You can't, because tag teams are separate from this top 5 list because we're going with singles. Because if you did tag teams, you could real quick, fill up too quick.
Because I'd bust you right in the head with, oh, what a rush. Legion of Doom all day. Yeah. But hey, keep going. Number 3.
Yeah.
You're at 4.
Right there.
Where you at? You're at 4 at the door. Where you at?
And what about the Rockers, bro? No, I was at 5, wasn't I?
Yeah, actually, you know what? Let me
Andre the fucking Giant, man.
It's hard to count with my socks on, but let me see. Okay, you're at 5. All right, there we
go. If not, it was Andre. I don't know if there's and what I like later on, I really appreciated Gold Dust, which made me get an appreciation for Dusty Rhodes. I already liked Dusty Rhodes somewhat because he was hilarious. And he would hike up his pants before he'd do his bionic elbow shit.
Hey, that was unbelievable. No one was built like him, but he got over because he was magic on the mic. He was blue collar. Baby. He was for the man. And I'm the son of a plumber, baby. It's the son of a plumber. I'm here, daddy. Let me tell you something, daddy. Hey, he talked. Well, you can't even, he had the swag of 1,000 swags. He brought swag out there, dog. He kept it official out there, my guy. He's coming out there with cowboy boots on, black and yellow polka dots out there. He's dropping bionic elbows on you, and he's going to tell you.
And they're getting him over.
I've dined in alleys, and I've eaten with kings, baby. He's going to tell you it all out there, okay?
But Goldust was good. I mean, that brings me into a different era. I feel like I need to separate the era because around the Goldust era too, there really started to be some really good talent coming in, like Edge, and man, how do I not think of their names right now? But the 2 brothers, they were a tag team.
Hey, there's 2 brothers out there that he's trying to think about there. And listen, and Landy's trying to think about the Hardy brothers.
Yes, God damn it, I'm so terrible. Like when I showed a friend of ours, this wrestling picture, me and Nature Boy stuff, he couldn't care less. He's a friend, and he's a tattoo artist friend. I was like, check it out, man. It's a cool night. He's like, yeah, it's cool, man. I'm glad you had fun. His girlfriend, however, was like, oh my fucking God. And she is in love with the Hardy Boys. And the next week she actually she was going to a signing or whatnot. She was chilling with them and stuff. She sent us some photos of that. That's talent started to change too. I started to get out of, I think the last thing I really paid attention to was around when they were pulling Sable's tits out in the ring.
Sure, that was the Attitude Era when they were getting a little wild with it, the puppies and all that wild. Getting a little
all the puppies.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what. I want to bring it back home with. I'm gonna bring it back home with this. I'm gonna hit you with just the quick 5 jive. Keeping
yes. What's your favorite 5?
I'm gonna go with no explanation or none needed here. We're going my soul animal, my fucking brother from another mother, rest in peace. We're going Macho Man Randy Savage. We're going
of course.
None other than
good call. Number 1.
Whether or not I don't give a fuck what's been done in and outside of a ring or what has to be said about a person. At the end of the day, what he's done for the sport and the Michael Jordan of the sport, and he revolutionized the sport, obviously, was none other than Hulk Hogan, Hulkamania, love it or not. But so we're going Macho Hulk.
When I was a kid, he was my favorite for sure.
Right.
No,
so
Ultimate Warrior in there. No. Okay, keep going. Sorry.
No, we're good. No, we're great.
We're number 1, 2.
Ultimate Warrior, I'm going to tell you what, is great, and he's on my top 8, but he didn't make the top 5, and
I understand.
That's all right. We're at
he was a star, and he just shot so hard and so fast. There was nowhere to go once he would reach the top. It was just fizzle up.
He was a star, man. Yeah, he's a shooting star, brother. Shout off into it, brother. Hey, Macho Man, number 1. Hogan, number 2.
Number
We're
2.
bringing it back. We're bringing it back with the excellence
Nature
of
Boy.
execution. Excellence of execution. Bret Hart himself.
Bret the
number
Hitman
2.
Hart. Yes.
Bret the Hitman Hart. I mean, is it just a technical wrestler in the ring, and it's
and the family lineage too, no?
Yep. Heavy family lineage. Oh, and I could go on for days, man, with each of them. How we do it. I love
One,
the Hart.
The Hart family.
Hart family, man. Stu Hart raising them training them in the dungeon, man. He trained so many. They trained Jericho and Brian Pillman. They trained a lot of people you wouldn't even know, man. But I'm gonna hit you with my number 4 out there. Number 4. Welcome to the GWC. Wow, it's going down, baby. None other than the Undertaker.
The Undertaker, yeah.
Hey, and then
he was. Oh, yeah, go on.
No. He's just the GOAT, man. He's the GOAT.
He is.
He stayed relevant. My main thing I stress all the time is relevance. You have to stay relevant. You stay relevant, you're fine. You're good. If you stay relevant, that's how you got to keep it official out there with anything. He stayed relevant for over 3 decades, whether or not he was the mortician, Undertaker, the dead man. He swung it back to the American Badass, which is just himself in general. Back to the dead man, back to the Dark Dynasty, the Ministry of Darkness, all his different phases. And he always stayed relevant, bro, and stayed on top. No one has a bad thing to say about Taker. He's the godfather of the locker room. I mean, he could be a number 1 for me. These are in no particular order that I'm saying. But
we got to really make you have to do. We're gonna have to make you pick them eventually, right?
Hey, that's another. Hey, that's like picking your favorite.
You're gonna cause some fights in your brain. I want to see this battle royale. All right, so go on. Undertaker's number 4. You got number 5.
Number 5 is I'm going to put the robe on right now.
Nature Boy. And he's really your number 1 then. That's what I'm saying. You saved the best for last. Yes.
Ric Flair, folks.
Yes. Styling, profiling, limousine riding, personal jet flying. It's getting hard to keep these gators on the ground.
I have a gun to be the man. You got to beat the man, folks. And right now,
stealing.
You're looking at the man. Yeah.
Did you put it on? You got it on right now?
I hold on.
Oh, you're going.
We're taking a walk together.
Yep. I would be scared how often I would wear that.
We knocked the head off this thing.
You be careful. Over there is a mannequin with the Nature Boy's face on it. You got the face of the Nature Boy on that? I know you got the picture of the Nature Boy.
Woo, we're wall. Back, baby. Hey, I'm roped up.
But you got the face.
You didn't know. I got 40.
You break your mannequin,
and I'm feeling equipped over here, folks. I'm maintained in the fast lane, and it is going down with the underground sound. Hey, I feel like I got. Oh my good Lord. Hey, I got no shirt on and just the purple robe on, and I'm feeling
How's it feel?
Casual. I'm flying a plane right now. What up, though, out there listening land? How we feeling?
Well, I'm probably more excited than anybody else.
Bro, I'll say I can't
there's
believe
an energy there.
Why did I not put this on? Hey, you know what? Next time we get on, I'm gonna start off in ring ward because I just got this energy. I don't know if I had any energy since we've been talking. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't.
Yeah, you got a little bit.
But folks, I'm fucking feeling extremely good around here, if you will. Let's go. What up, though?
Dude, it's so awesome. One love.
Brother, one love.
There's more. And let's save some for the next time. You'll be back on. You mind coming back on? Tell us what's new in the world of the GWC.
I'm going to tell you what, folks. We are just scratching the surface of what's going down with the underground sound out there. Okay, it's. I'll be back. I never left. I never left. You guys stay tuned because I'm going to tell you what.
Yes.
My brother, Big KD, Big K Dizzle, as I like to call him. Okay. Brings that fire out there, folks. So you're going to want to stay listening, and you never know who you're going to be bringing on because I enjoy what you're bringing out there because the content could be it's a beautiful thing, just mixing up all different types of content out there, bringing stuff for all different types of ears out there to listen.
Right on. I look forward to other people being able to experience, even if it was a fraction. Honestly, I've said this that night at your place. I have been to the Georgia Aquarium. And if you ask me of the special places that I've been in my life,
Hey,
I would tell you at any point. Yes, go on.
I'm timing. I never would. I am not trying to cut you off. I know I get wild. I get wound up. I'm holding the timeout logo up in the air. I'm in a Ric Flair robe. Now I am standing up. I'm not in the chair. I'm not in the chair. I'm standing up. I'm in a Ric Flair robe. I'm shirtless. I'm feeling good. I'm on play number 5. But with this being all said, hey, we'll leave them wondering with that out there, folks. But one love, my brother. I'm looking forward to rocking and rolling with you soon again. And
look forward to it. Follow the GWC fan page. Get to watch and play with all this is WrestleMania toys.
Keep it triple seed, folks, and that's cool, calm, and collected, and stay in that right direction. One love. God bless all of you.
One love.
Good loading.
Respect. Take care, brother. We love you, man.
Brother.
Talk to you again soon.
Holla.